Well, it's been a long time since I caught one of them. I told you they'd go crazy.
The carp.
Yes!
This is no ordinary fish.
Mate, it's £60 8 ounce.
For thousands of years, they've existed in waters across the planet, from feeding the Romans
Sure, I like it.
right through to pulling anglers' arms off. They have grown to mythical sizes that is the stuff of legend.
What is it?
I'm fishing mad Ali Hamidi. And globe-trotting with me as we search the planet are close friends and top carp anglers Tom Dove and Neil Spooner.
Have fun, lads.
On a journey of friendship, culture, and most of all, adventure. As we travel the world.
Oh, yes.
In pursuit of monster carp.
I can't believe it.
How was me acting?
I've got one about 3 times the size of that in mine now.
This week, our adventure takes us to the edge of the Mediterranean, to sunny Croatia, and more specifically, to the picturesque town of Opatia, which is located in the Kvarner region. The nation of Croatia. They're a competitive old bunch. Tennis powerhouse Goran Ivanisevic, football legend Davor Suker. Oh, and let's not forget the famous free bookings by Graham Pole in the World Cup of 2006. They just love a sporting battle or two, and when it comes to carp fishing, the national team aren't too shabby either. They started competing in 2000 and have already won 20 medals. It's fair to say they're a country steeped in sporting traditions. No wonder we're here. I always think with Tom's beard he could be Croatian. He's definitely competitive enough to be one. For Spooner and I, this was our second trip here in Croatia, and going by the success of our last visit, we were pretty excited. For Tom, this was his first time, and I don't think he quite realised the potential of the massive carp in store for him. Maybe Spooner will even get a chance at catching something big for a change. But first, I thought we would stop at a little place I know.
This is how we're doing. Now, gentlemen, it's going to get very serious over the next few days, right? We've got challenges before we get to the main carp lake to decide who has the best swim. So I think the best way to warm up is with a bit of friendly ice cream. What'd you say?
Yeah, I love ice cream. Who doesn't?
Spooner?
No complaints.
Right then. Now, I know this place. I've already rung ahead and ordered your ice cream. So, gentlemen, the first ones, please. Thank you. Oh, lovely. That smells like yours. Second one.
That's all right, thanks.
Oh, look. That smells like yours. All right, gentlemen, lovely. Just get it over. Takes a little while to bring mine. Lovely. A little bit small, but do I get a spoon with that?
Little man
Perfect.
syndrome all over again.
It's an absolute relapse.
I might need more.
Well, they may be laughing now, but I know we'd need the energy for what I had in store for them tomorrow.
Ali had organised 3 different challenges before the carp fishing begins, and the winner of these will get first choice of swim at the main lake.
Here in Croatia, about to kick off for day one. We've just seen the boat we're going out on, and we're starting off with a bit of deep sea fishing. You don't get much better than that.
Well, apart from maybe a spot of carp fishing, Spoons.
Europe isn't particularly known for its game fishing, so I'm not really sure what to expect. But one thing I do know is sea fishing is so exciting because you never, ever know what you're going to catch.
You're right, Dovey. Croatia may not be the first place you think of for big game fishing, but the Adriatic Sea is considered to be an angler's paradise, especially for bluefin tuna, where they've been caught to over 360 kilos.
We're not having a party. These balloons actually get attached to the line, helping your bait to be blown away from the boat and also acting as a big float for bite indication and bait presentation.
So with all the rods in position, we waited. And waited. For 4 hours, in fact. This was not in the script. Time for plan B.
Well, boys, we've blanked for the tuna, but what do you reckon? Go for some small fish action, but the man with the smallest...
Big fish.
Biggest, smallest fish wins.
I'm hearing now, let's do it.
Easy for you to say.
Well, that was an absolute disaster. But all was not lost. Let's see who can catch some of the smaller species found at sea. It can't be that hard, right?
It's a shame not to catch a tuna for one of us, mainly because whoever would have caught it would have won the competition. But this is my strength, catching little fish, which is what we're targeting. Points are in the bag. We were all going to be using the same rigs with small pieces of fish as bait. This would hopefully be too hard to resist for some of the smaller species, like red mullet, mackerel, or sardines, which are commonly found just offshore.
Right then, boys, here we go. Dunk them baits.
This started to feel all too familiar, as we were sat again waiting for a bite. I thought this area was supposed to be an angler's paradise.
With still no action, I had a cunning idea to see what fish were actually down there.
You half naked is enough to make any fish down there do the off.
Tom Daly's definitely got nothing to worry about.
Not a fish. Nice for a swim, though, hey?
Nice tan lines, mate.
With no fish in the area, we headed to another spot.
The time was ticking and it looked like it would only take one fish of any size to win the first challenge.
How are we going to do this? Is he going to weigh it?
No, you just got to make a call on it. How are we going? What, give it in inches.
I reckon 4 inches.
Four.
Four.
I could give you 3.5.
In fact, with Spooner catching one of the smallest species, a sardine, it looks as though that may be the winner. Or is it?
I was like, what on earth was that?
Is that with a fish on?
Yeah.
Must have been.
Bit me off. Oh, no. What on earth was that? There's a proper rod in. So on that note, boys.
Done.
Done.
Yeah, done.
So who won then?
You,
You were lucky to swing one into your hand, the only one.
But what does that mean? Come on, you got to say it because he's going to pain you. What does that mean?
It means, because of your victory, you have 1 point.
Yes.
And me and Tom both have 2 points for coming second. So you're currently leading the swim chasing challenge.
We've decided to use the same scoring system as the World Carp Championships, a competition the Croatians love competing in. The person with the least points wins. Weird, I know.
What can I say? It wasn't quite as eventful as we planned out on the boat, but I did catch the only fish, which has given me victory in the first challenge. Bring on the next one.
Coming up, Ali gets vertigo.
It's a bit high, mate.
And Spooner puts on a show.
There's a truck of a carp about to go in your net. Yes! Yeah.
Our Croatian carping adventure had only just begun and we'd kicked it off with a spot of sea fishing, with Spooner catching a solitary sardine. It was the first of 3 challenges I'd arranged to decide swim choice at the carp lake. We were now on our way inland towards our second challenge. We were travelling east to the Kordun region, close to the Plivets Lakes National Park, where the Korana River runs. This river is known for its big rapids and white water and is famous for its international rafting competitions. So what better place to kick off our second challenge and put our rowing skills into action and compete against each other in a head-to-head race.
First thing was to get the raft.
That's easier said than done for Ali.
It's a bit high, It's a bit high, mate.
As it was midsummer, the water levels were low and the rapids weren't quite what we expected them to be. So, after a short drop down the waterfall, we decided that the second challenge would be a head-to-head race to the rocks.
Actually, I used to do loads of kayaking at uni. They're going to think I've rigged this. And we're off, all 3 of us making a good start. Dovey using his inside lane to take an early lead. What's happening here? Spooner collides straight into me, clearly intentional and a dirty tactic.
Never, mate. You ran into me.
And with Dovey well ahead, Spooner manages to break free and leave me in last place. And here comes Dovey, first one over the finishing line, with Spooner second and myself finishing third, also known as last.
To be honest, I felt I was coming into this as the underdog, so to win feels absolutely brilliant. And to beat Hamidi as well, because I genuinely thought he was going to win. But yeah, it feels good. Pride intact.
Well, with this at the end of the race, we had to jump in, didn't we? And if it was a diving competition, I would have won this with my graceful leap.
More like an awkward hippo falling off a rock, you mean, Al?
From the river, we made our last journey north to our final destination, Sumba Lakes in Karlovac. This is a commercial fishery open to the public. It has 3 lakes and we would be fishing its largest water, a 20-acre gravel pit. It's also home to some absolute monsters. Oh, and I nearly forgot to say, this is home to the Croatian record at a whopping 94 pounds. None of us had ever fished for a known carp this big. To say we were a little excited was an understatement.
Oh, yeah.
That is looking good.
Finally, we're at the carp lake. Come on in, what are you all thinking?
Mate, new lake, new challenge. Bring it on.
Yeah, it's nice. I really like it. I feel at home already.
So look, 1 challenge to go. We'll do that in the morning and then we'll start fishing because we'll know who's going where and then get going tomorrow.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
There isn't many places now that I go where I feel like I could catch myself a personal best. These fish are monsters, so to try and get one bigger than my PB already would just be amazing.
And with my PB at 61 pounds and 10 ounces, it would have to be a massive fish to beat that.
The show's called Monster Carp. We all want to catch a big one, but a lot of the places we go to, they're very, very sort of aspirational venues. We assume and we really believe there's big ones in there, but don't always know it. This place is different. We know there are some zoo creatures swimming out there. That does make things a lot more interesting this week.
As the sun rose above the lake the next morning, we had one last challenge remaining, with the winner getting first choice of swim.
Right, gentlemen, we are going to have a casting competition.
The rules were simple. Closest to the mat wins. Up first, the spooner.
Oh, no pulling, spooner. No pulling.
I'm not sure where it went. I think it went just the other side.
Wait there.
I reckon you were just pinned up against the back.
Yeah, it felt all right, that, I'll be honest.
It's 133 centimetres.
With a good target set, even though I'm sure you did pull back a little, let's see how the king of casting, Dovey, gets on. Whoa, 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 whoa! Rewind that! Now that looks dodgy. The cheating scoundrel. That's at least a metre you've pulled it back there.
Mate, it was just the way it bounced.
Yeah, whatever, Dovey. At 63 centimetres, Dovey was in the lead, and without the use of video technology, I was none the wiser as I got set for my turn.
It's long, isn't it?
It's gone long.
It's gone long.
This didn't look good, as I was well over, measuring 165 centimetres, which again puts me last place. I was robbed. A hollow victory for the others, again.
Are we picking the swims now then, or what?
Yeah.
So we've got 16, 15 and 14, haven't we? I'll pick 16 on the right-hand side.
15 in the middle.
Oh, you're going to make me move my kit from where I slept last night?
Yeah.
Right, come on in, boys. That was interesting.
So swim choices were decided, but with such a massive stamp of fish in this lake, we all had our sights set on a target of a 60-pound plus monster carp.
Getting first choice of swim is absolutely brilliant. Location is key in carp fishing, so being exactly where you want to be is very, very important to me.
Got my second choice of swim after all the challenges. Very, very happy with that, though. I've seen lots and lots of activity out there. Rare to pick a middle swim, but Ali's actually quite a long way to my left. Couldn't look any better.
First things first, we all wanted to find out the topography of the water in front of us. This was done by using a marker float setup. By casting to a spot and pulling the weight along the lake bed, you could determine what the bottom was made up of by the vibrations sent through the braided line. Here we were looking for a nice firm clear spot, a place carp would readily feed. Once a spot was chosen, we could then find out the depth. This was done by paying off a foot of line at a time and counting the length it takes the float to surface. This is important. The shallower water could prove fruitful in this heat.
It's about 14 foot out there. Not ideal. I think it's getting shallower towards Tom and stuff, so I'm in the deeper water to the left.
We were all using the same bait which we knew carp all over the world loved. On the menu was a mixture of our favourite cell and spicy crab boilies, along with maize and tiger nuts. By using a bait rocket, we could cast the free offerings out to our chosen spots with great accuracy.
Spooner and I were using similar rigs, made with a 35-pound stiff fluorocarbon boom, spinning quick chain swivel, super sharp crank hooks, and a bright pop-up.
I was using something slightly different, a 20-pound fluorocarbon D-rig, which has a stiff boom all the way to a size 4 curved hook and a critically balanced mango and berry-flavoured boilie.
Now's the time to get the rods in the water. The rigs are hanging up ready. We're going to flick them out, see who gets the first one. Hope it's me, though.
It was game on for the beastly carp, and I had a secret little forfeit lined up for the angler who catches the least and smallest this week, and we all know who has that reputation. Spooner.
Absolutely perfect. Free, right on the dance floor.
I was first out the blocks.
Well, the rods haven't been out long, and it's gone. It felt like it's a long time coming because we've been here so long, but what a buzz. I'm so excited. Feels like quite a good fish as well.
Don't mess about, do you, mate?
What are you saying?
How's it feel?
Yeah, it feels like quite a good fish, you know?
I'll be honest, this heat, I didn't expect it quite that quickly.
Oh, come on, Neil. Get it in the net. Yes! Yes!
Get in there, bro.
Thanks, mate. I'm so pleased with that.
And no sooner had Dovey landed the first carp, I was into one as well.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that is big, mate. Look at that one.
Come on, baby. Come on.
The
Come
trucks
on.
are going past.
Come
There's
on.
a truck of a carp about to go in your net. Yes!
Get in!
That's literally the size of that truck. That
Get
would be
in.
Well done.
Get in.
I love it when you get excited.
Oh, mate, don't take a lot to be fair, but look at it!
With a carp already in the net, Dovey was about to land his second fish on the bounce.
Well, you could say it's London buses, couldn't you?
It's a long old fish, that. It's a
is
long
a
old
long
stretch. You're in.
I mean, we're in,
You're
we're
in.
in, but
Just
sort of.
sort of in. Whoop. It's in.
Well done. Well done, mate. Put it there.
Is that the thing? The thing is it? Look at that. 33 pound, and this is special to me because it's my first Croatian carp, and what a beautiful fish it is. I'm going to get him back in the water. Thank you very much, you beautiful carp.
Giving you a wobbly 42.4.
What about that? To kick the carp fishing off. Not my first Croatian carp, but first from a new lake is always special. 42 pound 4 ounces. Buzzing.
I was totally blown away. Catching a 40-pounder so quickly was more than I could have imagined.
That is 41 pound.
Well, look at that. Common, 41 pounds, and this makes our average so far unbelievable. I've never been to anywhere like it. Let's hope it carries on this way. I'm going to get it back because it's very sunny out here. Thank you very much. Alan Spoons kept telling me how mad it is here in Croatia for the fishing, and it really is living up to expectation. 2 bites, really quickly, one over 40 pounds. I'm an happy man right now.
And last to the party was me. Shock.
This is definitely not the Croatian creature from the deep. Oh, it's a grass carp. Well, I'll be damned. There you go, you know, I'm trying to bring new species to the show. Right, get in there. See, I've gone and helped my mates, but you'll notice at this moment, I've got no friends.
We're just helping you to brush up on your own netting skills, mate.
OK, now this is where they normally go mad. You get them in the net, and then they wake up. Go on, stay calm. There you go. A grass carp. Well, it's been a long time since I caught one of them. I told you they go crazy. Well, I thought I was going to be sitting there playing spectator, but to get a bite and for it to be one of the rare species, if you like, we get to catch the king carp all the time, but to catch a different type of carp species was brilliant. Well, there we have it. A grass carp, a rare fish to see on the bank. Not that common in England, but when you get abroad, you do get to see a few of them. And they don't fight a lot, but tend to do it all in the net and on the bank. But look, crazy creature. Don't know where they get their name from, but they are bang into eating lots of weed from the bottom. And they're brilliant to have in your lakes because they tend to clear all the weeds. So there you go. What a bruiser. Probably about 16, 17 pounds. Go.
Coming up, I go on the wind-up.
It's about an £80 common.
Not really.
Is he joking?
And Spooner makes a friend.
He's away. He's away.
We were still into our first day fishing on Sumba Lakes, but what a dream start it had been with all of us already catching, including a 42 mirror for Harry Spodder and 2 clonking commons, a 33 and a 41 for the boy wonder, Sir Thomas of Dove. His rigs really were doing the biz.
Here's the rig I caught the first 2 fish on. It's set up helicopter style, which means that can spin around there like that and slide up against the bead, so it doesn't tangle and it will sit above any debris on the bottom. A really stiff hook link again, so I don't get any tangles. And then I've got a size 4 hook on there onto a quick chain swivel so that can spin round and catch hold in the fish's mouth. And just on the top, there's a little pink berry pop up. It's really attractive for the fish, and they'll grab that before anything else on the bottom. That is confidence for me. I've got it on all 3 rods, and I'm ready to get it back out there.
Dovey was on fire. His tactics were doing the business.
Unbelievable. Another nice fish.
He had not 1, but 2 carp in quick succession.
A beautiful brace of 30s. This was then followed by yet another, even bigger monster.
Big, round, fat mirror. Go on, Spooner. Look at that.
Come on.
Yes!
£51.
Look at that for a beast of a carp. This is what we've come to Croatia for. The first day, I'm over the moon. What do you reckon, Spoons?
Mate, it's enormous.
Look at that across the shoulders. That is a monster carp. Let's put it back.
It's laughable just how big these fish were getting. Surely we were well on our way to catching our £60 target. With the evening drawing in, my chance came, and this time it felt a lot bigger.
Oh, blimey. That looks pretty big. Oh, bloody hell. That is bloody massive.
Look at the size of that common. That looks like a very large carp, and it's in my net. Well, it's safe to say this lake is absolutely bonkers. I don't think in our wildest dreams we expected to get off to a start like this.
£50 too.
£50 too, eh?
Yeah, boy.
Wow, £50 common.
That's a big one, mate. That's a big common. Work, bruv.
Now getting on flick.
Oh, my life. Look at this. What a brilliant way to end our first day on this epic lake with a monstrous £50 common carp. Brilliant.
After such a frantic first day, we were all thankful for a quiet night, giving us a chance to re-energise for what would surely be another busy day.
At 8 AM, the blonde wizard was off the mark again.
It's a big fish, that, isn't it?
It's a 40-pounder.
Think you need to go to Specsavers, mate.
The size of its mouth. Yes. It's heavy. 54 times. It's just madness, isn't it? That is madness. That makes me a very, very happy man. What do you reckon, Spoons? I need to bite it down.
I want one.
That is a truly incredible creature. Just look how thick it is across the back. And unbelievable to think they're actually getting bigger. Let's let it go.
With all of us off to a flyer and already catching huge carp, we decided to take a short break from the fishing to meet with our good pal Harry, who was putting on a spot of lunch for us.
He's one of the Croatian national carp team's main men, and if you were to catch a monster, he's a guy you want with you.
With catch and release only being introduced recently in Croatia, we wanted to find out a little more about how this is affecting the carp sizes.
Now, I know you Croatian guys are supposed to be secretive, but I've got you down here to probe you about Croatian carp fishing some more, because why are they so big? I've been here twice, right? And both times you've taken me to lakes where they're really, really big. Why is that? Is it freak of nature or just gone to special lakes?
It's special lakes. You have a couple of lakes, more than a couple, several lakes in Croatia where you have really big carp, because they only put in big carps inside. Like, so when they put them inside, they're already like 15 kilos, 10 kilos, something like that. Or even if they like have opportunity to buy really big carp, 20 kilos, they always buy it and put in this lake.
It's one thing buying a fish, but you got to put it into an environment that it's happy. Because in Sumba, where we are now, the fish grow like to over 90 pounds, 90
Yeah.
English pounds. I mean, it didn't go in at 90 English pounds. How big was that fish, or how old is it?
Not very old, because in Croatia, catch and release is pretty young, maybe 10 years old, something like that. So the thing is, the water is good quality and a lot of food, and during the year it's much warmer than in UK.
So obviously, Harry, your commercial waters are being stocked with big carp. They're growing very quickly. Do you think Croatia has the potential to very soon do 100-pound plus fish?
Yeah, of course, it's gonna come pretty soon. Every year we break a record. Every year the carp are getting bigger.
So in your opinion, the big fish is always going to come from the biggest fish is always going to come from a commercial venue?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that a shame, or is that a...
Well, we're at one now, so it's pretty good for us.
Very true. It's like
Horses for courses, isn't it?
like a philosopher at the moment, isn't it?
He is.
Philosopher dove. Oh. Shall we eat, lads?
Yeah, let's take
Food's
some. I've
getting
been
cold.
nibbling it away.
One thing that he said that obviously got me excited is that fish are getting bigger and bigger every single year. People are putting the bait in, so the fish are getting massive. That's good news for us. We're fishing here. We want to catch them.
That's what they call a shoe-in. Go on, son. I believe there is one definitely on this rod, slowly swimming around, aimlessly.
Meanwhile, down in Tom's swim, there was no doubt one was on the end there.
It's about an 80-pound common. Not really. That is well over 70, possibly 80.
Is he joking? I can hear Ali saying it's well over 70, possibly 80.
Please, please. Yes! 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 Mission accomplished. Nah.
Come on. Yes! Right. That is a massive fish, but I think Ali's got a massive fish. You big? I can hear you screaming and shouting.
Big? No, ain't that big.
Oh, you... I can't believe it.
How was me acting?
I've got one about 3 times the size of that in my net, and I'm going, I don't...
How was me acting, though? Is it improving?
Absolute tit. £48.14 of pure muscle. Look at that. And this is a true monster, unlike the one Ali pretended to have.
We're catching a lot of fish as a team at the moment, but with the big one just around the corner, it's important to stay focused. Don't get blasé, don't start putting out old hooks. Keep doing everything right, and I know the big one will come.
And no sooner had I said that as dusk drew in, Tom was into 2 more fish, and just maybe this was it.
Spooner landed the first carp, probably a 30, but then I saw the size of the beast that was attached to my line. And with our target being a 60-pounder, this looked really close. My legs turned to jelly.
Look at that, man. That's a big fish. That's a really big fish, isn't it? Jeez. That's a big comment.
That looks big.
That looks really big. Yeah.
Oh, mate, that is obscene.
Absolute
I can only see its shoulders. But you think it's only a 50, did you say?
I don't know.
Mid 50.
How do you even judge a carp like that? But that looks obscene, man.
Massive, isn't it? It's absolutely massive. 62.4.
I've got it. I nailed it, didn't I? You've nailed it. I nailed it on the weight. Mission royally.
And a new PB.
And a new PB. Give me your fit. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this truly is the reason we have come to this lake. The reason we have come to Croatia. How are you feeling?
No, it's just like, this is why you go fishing. It's why we come here. A new personal best. You don't often get the chance to beat fish that big.
Well done, man. Well done. PB. You fish so well as well.
Thank you very much. No, it's a team effort. The whole thing's a team effort, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why we come here. We organise it together.
That's why we let you win the rafting.
Yeah, sure.
We knew you did that
And
swing
the
justice.
Well done, bro.
Look at that fish, man.
That's
I'm
awesome,
so happy.
mate.
Incredible.
A little bit speechless. That's a massive fish. Done quite a few of these shows now. You know, we haven't caught a carp as close to that sort of size. It's a new PB. That's just madness. Beautiful place, beautiful fish, great mates. It's just been a wicked trip, and it's not even over yet. It's just, yeah, I don't know, speechless. It's actually laughable how big that is. One last moment. You are a massive creature. Thank you very much. Yes! Mental. Absolutely mental. To be honest, the whole trip's been a bit like, it's been ridiculous. We'd been told that the fish in here were this big, but then you obviously don't see it, you don't believe it until you actually live it. And we have done already. We've only been here, not too many days, and we've got some more to come, so bring it on. There's going to be a lot of man love tonight, I can see it.
Unbelievable, Dovey. This is a monster carp, king carp record for us, and a massive target to beat in the future. After a day of hauling and hitting our dream goal, we decided to take a more relaxed approach and spend the day river fishing and relive our childhoods. With the rivers much like ours in the UK, they have similar species of fish like roach, trout, pike, bream and also carp. Armed with a few floats and light tackle, we were confident of a bite or two.
So seeking the help from a local guy, clearly the first thing was dress code.
He's away! He's away! Oh! Apparently budgie smugglers are the standard attire.
While Spooner tapped him up as to where he could pick up a pair of his own, we loaded up our hooks with silkweed. Yep, that's right, weed. We were told this is what the fish just can't resist, as it's packed full of natural food, and luckily it's found in abundance on the rocks of the waterfall.
It had to be the freshest weed and whipped onto the hook like a worm.
While the other two were still getting into position, I couldn't wait any longer and cast out. Let's see if this weed really would work.
Hey! First chuck!
Shocky's cast out first, didn't
First
even say
chuck!
it.
Oh, yeah! Still got it! Oh, stay on.
And it looks like a roach, a lovely fish known for its deep body, silver scales, red fins and red eyes.
There you go, how about that? Absolute stunner. Right, go back, mate. See you later.
Wow, these fish really have a taste for weed.
Check out my specimen roach. Oh, never mind.
What's that?
With us in full flow and catching loads of fish, this was surely a glorious way to spend an afternoon. The simplicity of float fishing was bringing back memories of when we all started and the pure enjoyment of watching the float shoot under. It was the perfect reminder of why we all fell in love with fishing.
I'd also organised a little surprise for the lads. Hungry work, this river fishing lark.
No way you've just been looking that way. See?
Get in.
That's nice, isn't it?
You look after us, don't you?
A fresh, organic hog roast in the wilds of Croatia. This is what being in the great outdoors is all about.
Oh, this is lovely. If the next stop after here was the airport, you'd take it, wouldn't you? Like, what we've caught is beyond belief. But the maddest thing is there are actually bigger fish still in there to catch.
Numbers of them as well, that's the mad thing.
A 70-pounder is not beyond the realms of believability. If you've had 3 kids, right, we could have 3 70s.
Yeah, you make a fair point now. I can't argue.
What a lovely day and a great way to have a rest from the lake. Rejuvenated, we were now ready for the final part of our carping challenge to see if we could go one step further to catch a 70-pound monster. Coming up,
Yes, get in.
Spooner's made up.
Then he gets dressed up. We only had 2 days left in Croatia, but Dovey had already hit our target of a 60-pounder and got himself a new PB with a stunning bar of gold common carp. Could this trip get any better? Could there be something even bigger just around the corner? We were very optimistic. It was Spooner that was called into action first.
First bite of the day, interrupt me brushing my teeth. How rude.
Nice to see you back catching again, Spooner. Now it was Dovey's turn. Another big mirror slipped into the net. This lake was just producing carp after carp for us. With Spooner and Dovey now consistently catching, will it give us one more surprise?
A little bit cliched, keep saying how nice it is to be fishing out here, but when you're doing it with your mates as well, hooking monsters, there's nothing quite like it.
Now this looked a better fish. Go on, Spooner.
Yes, get in.
Get in.
What's your PB?
53.12.
Oh, it's just under.
Really?
Yeah. Wait, say that. I'd say 52 and a half.
Oh, mate.
That's a big old fish.
Absolutely buzzing.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate. What about that? 52.5 pound. And as far as team sessions go, it's definitely a red letter one.
Now that's a beast. Well done. But with all this action, I just couldn't seem to get a bite. I was just saving myself for a real big one.
That's fine, Al. We'll just keep catching these awesome carp while you take it easy. Oh, another one. This time it looked like an absolutely gargantuan grass carp.
Well, look at that ridiculous-looking creature. 45 pounds, 12 ounce. Oh, hard-fighting grass carp. Get in.
This really had become a trip of a lifetime, and with Dovey not content with watching Spooner catching, he soon was into another carp, and this one looked special.
Spoons.
I can't reach, mate.
Blinding netting. That's a really big fish.
Look at the shoulders on that.
That is 60 pound, 8 ounces.
I knew it was big. Do you know what? That is. I think that's as a frame of a fish as well. It's even bigger than the last one. It just looks ginormous. When I first saw the fish, I knew it was massive again, but I didn't know it was 60 pound though. I thought it was probably 55, 56 pounds because it didn't have a gut. But then when we got it out, it was for the massive side of it. It was like a massive pound coin. That is an extremely massive fish, and I'm one extremely happy man. 2 60-pounders in this session, Just unbelievable. Back up 50s, 40s. I'm completely speechless and my back's aching. For me, if I walked away today, it's mission accomplished. I've got exactly what I wanted to, a new PB and another £60 to back it up.
As a team, we were flying, but the day had been very slow for me until now. And what a cart this looks to be. It's huge. This carp is what's known as a true lever, which means it has no scales and is very rare. We love catching them in the UK, and to catch one to just over £60 is incredible.
Knees up. It's a hard shape to hold when they're like this. I'm going to rock it back on my chest and smile. Yes. What an absolute creature that is.
What a team effort. We'd never caught a £60 king carp on the show, so to catch 3 in a session including a £60 lever is unforgettable. It was time for a group pic to savour the memory forever.
Another beautiful sunrise greeted us on our last morning. We were all still gunning for an even bigger one. Well, nearly all of us.
We were hoping that there may be one more twist to our adventure, but either way, we'd smashed all our expectations with what we'd caught.
I've been fortunate enough to fish a lot of different places over the world and caught some really, really nice carp. But to sit on a lake with that many big uns has ranked this as probably #1 of all time.
We were all gunning for gold right to the very end on this session. That last gasp giant never came, but you know what? We'd already caught plenty of them. So we leave here, mission accomplished, very happy, time for home.
Proper last chance saloon now. It's been a really quiet morning in the swim, had one early doors, just willing one more bite. To be honest, I don't even care how big it is.
Come on, Spooner, last chance was 5 minutes ago, son.
5 more minutes.
You're like a young child crabbing.
Just one more cast, Dad. The week in Croatia has just been ridiculous. The amount we've crammed in is unreal, from boat fishing, whitewater rafting, jumping into a rock pool at the end, to a bit of amazing fishing. Brilliant times.
We knew the fishing here were big, but this week's fishing has been absolutely insane for the size of fish. And seeing as we caught the biggest fish ever on monster carp, it's made it one of my most memorable sessions of all time.
Don't know what it is when me and Dovey and Spooner go away, but it just seems like things gel, things go well. There's some sort of magical chemistry between us. I quite like it.
Normally I hate packing up from carp fishing, but this week I've nearly died from dehydration and sunstroke on a number of occasions, so I'm ready to go home.
Well, Croatian friends, Harry, Dalibor, thanks for joining us before we go. Thank you, Mr. Carp. What are you saying about this week then, you two?
Words can't describe it, mate. Amazing.
That seemed really sincere.
Yeah, epic experience, had a brilliant week.
Thank you. Anyone want to kiss my carp?
I'm gonna.
One for you.
Go on, Harry.
Then, don't miss out. Thanks, darling. See you later.
But we hadn't quite finished yet. Before heading home, I had one final forfeit for Spooner.
As far as challenges go, no, it's really not fair. You catch the least, you catch the smallest. Oh, I know what. Let's pepper him with paintballs. Yeah, that don't make it fair.
Remember the secret forfeit for the person catching the smallest and the least? Well, we were now going paintballing, with the twist of Spooner being the target.
This is a ridiculous idea.
Just test. How did you feel that?
Where is he? You don't run that way.
Right, are you ready? Your 10 seconds starts now.
That was definitely after the 10 seconds.
You're a great sport, Spooner.
Have fun, lads. I can think of better ways to end a trip than getting peppered by paintballs by your mates, but do you know what? I did get a new outfit out of it, so every cloud and all that.